bomb in the cake. Don't worry, I used to be a bomb guy. Stand back!
So
I need a refill. Go ahead, Annick. Take it.
the question was like when Mattie was talking, I had also this sense of the film genre circuit festivals. The circuit festivals for genre film are a bit also like a community, or like people are trying to help each other. Is it that true, or like does it help for you to promote her films, to get her to her help from other festivals or other producers?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have the luck of having worked at several companies in the past, and so in 2013, 2012, I moved to Paris, and I was working for a sales company called Screen Division is my company, Celluloid Dreams, which is a renowned sales company based in Paris. And so I worked there for about a year, and then I created my own company, and I became kind of a freelancer in acquisition consulting and festival programming. So I had, I mean, today, like I've been in the industry for more than 20 years. And so I had built up this kind of Rolodex of names and contacts that I had. And every festival I went to, you meet with new people, you met festival directors, I met with programmers, with producers, market directors, festival directors. So, and you keep in touch with all these people. So when I started working with Mattie, I already had, I want to say, an extensive list of contacts. What Mattie's film did to me in terms of the genre industry, because I mean, I've been working, I've worked now with CGS, and I know all the genre film festivals on the circuit. But what Mattie did was kind of opening up a new spectrum of festivals that I had never really worked with. She made friends with people from Venice, from Cannes, from La Quinzaine, from Toronto and all. And those are festivals that do have genre programs, but they're not genre specific festivals. So I think that it was kind of beneficial, working with each other, because I opened the doors for all the genre festivals, and Mattie opened, the doors to all the non-genre festivals. Because the thing with Dear Sister and with The Long Walk, that these films they're not 100% genre films. They are auteur films with genre elements. And what I say is like drama with genre elements. And so for some, it's not genre enough. And for some non-genre festival, it's just too genre. But the thing is, I was able to, because I already had the contacts, I was part of the genre community, because that's what's great about the genre industry, is that we're not in competition with each other. All the genre film directors know each other. We have drinks together. We go to dinners together. We go to parties together. I've never, in the 20 years that I've been in industry, I've never witnessed like a real kind of like situation where two directors or genre people are complete like nemesis status, or where we do help each other. Like, we share contacts. Mattie will say some, but what I'm saying is like mostly I want to say 95%, we help each other. Like in the case of The Long Walk, for example, we had the bad luck of having to change our director of photography after only like 3 days into production. And so I fell back onto people, actually Aaron and Justin, who are very good friends of mine. And I contacted them and I said, do you know any DP who could, come in very quickly within 3 weeks and shoot the film? And they gave me 3 names. And I contacted all the 3 people. And within like 2 days, one person was on a call with Mattie. And so it was help,
That was only them, because Todd and other people put out the call. If you guys could see the emails from the genre people who came through, like I was watching more than 20 different DPs. There were producers from Philippines, Indonesia, directors from Philippines and Indonesia, all like recommending help, trying to help me, trying to like, The genre community, I'd say like 98% helpful, you guys. Like 98% no competition. We're such a family.
Another commentary I wanted to refer to, and this is for Israeli filmmakers, and maybe you can comment on this, Mattie and Annick. When you're in the festival, when you're in the genre community, whether you're in Europe or in the States, you have a lot of local opportunities. If you live in Paris, or if you live in Geneva, or if you live in Brussels, then you have the local festival. Then you can take a train to Amsterdam. You can take a train to Paris. You can take a train, or take a really, really low cost flight to Sitges, to Barcelona for Sitges, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And there's a community that's built around those festivals, and people see each other quite a lot. Israeli filmmakers, some of them do attend some of those festivals, but not a lot. And it's a distance issue. It's a cost issue. And I think, Annick, you were kind of hello.
Sorry.
You were, how did that work out for the both of you? Because it's expensive to fly out from Laos to every market and festival, but it's important as well. So for the filmmakers that might be listening to us, I would want you to maybe comment on that. Is it important? And how important is it? And how did you do that? And did you do that? And so forth. Sorry if I'm.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna because how many hats I wear, right? So I mean, I also co-created the European Genre Forum, which is having quite a success now, which I left last year. But basically, I'm just gonna put my hat.
Chris Osterum was on our jury, and he gave a little talk for filmmakers on that.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we have actually, there's a Fingernail is one project that was at the European Genre Forum, and that we invited to Frontiers, the co-production market that I head now. But putting my hat on of the Frontiers and explaining the importance, also because I gave a lecture on that, to young filmmakers and to young producers, it does cost a lot to travel. But if you do have the opportunity, you need to travel. You need to make sure that in whatever budget you have, or you put together, or film you make, or you need to have a little bit of budget aside to make sure that you can travel, even if your film is not selected. Festivals, like I want to say Sitges, fantastic fest. If you can go to the Frontiers co-production market, it is in Montreal, yes. But in the case of Montreal now, for example, again, Frontiers, it is the biggest genre market in the world. It takes place twice a year. Like it was 3 times, but now we had to reduce it 2 times because of COVID. But if it takes place, hopefully physically this year again, you have 4 days in Montreal where you meet the top heads of the genre film industry, and you have these people in a room with you for 4 days. This is worth so much money. You can chase people for your entire life and never get in touch with anyone. But by attending one of the markets, one of the festivals, mingling around in the coffee shop, in the bar, so you get to meet filmmakers, people who come from different backgrounds, who may have just made a short film. Someone else has made a feature film that's been programmed. I mean, we're talking about Justin and Aaron. I met them when they did their first film, Resolution, which had just started. These people came from nowhere. They made this film for very little money. They started touring. I was touring at the same time with them with my short film at some point. And then you just become friends with them. And because we're talking about Marvel, they just signed on, and I got the news today for Marvel's
Moon Knight
series, Moon Knight. I mean, they came from nowhere, and they made a film after another. They're hardworking people. But also because they attended every single festival their film was selected at, they got into a community, they met people, they got in touch with other people. It is so important to travel. In terms of Mattie traveling, I mean, we are lucky enough that some festivals pay for tickets for filmmakers when you are in main selections. They also pay for your hotel room. Producers not, but that's fine. that went on my own
It's okay,
time.
baby.
But
You can sleep with
Remember
me
that
any
there's that
day.
line,
that's true.
there's that line from Wag the Dog about, there's no Academy Award for producers.
It's Best
No,
Picture.
but the Oscar goes to the producer.
Yeah, the Best Picture does.
The Oscar goes to the producer, so.
But no, I mean, so festivals are kind enough when they can to actually budget flights and hotel, and meals for the director. And so Dear Sister, we were lucky enough to actually be able to benefit from most of these gestures. On the walk, it was even better because, of course, you get into big festivals, but big festivals have put a lot of money in their festival and do not have necessarily the budget to invite you, stuff like so. Again, like even as
Or
a
they
filmmaker,
spend their budget on like the big, celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I have a different perspective from you guys, from Annick and Yuri. Yes and no, go to as many as you can. Yes and no. Yes and no, go to the ones that you're invited to. To all the Israeli filmmakers out there, yeah, I get it. It's far and it's hard and it's expensive, but it's not as far or hard or as expensive as going from a third world country like Laos. I'm sorry, like, how many flights do you think come out of Laos? Like, we have three gates and only 2 gates are functioning in my airport. Like,
Wow.
like, I don't want to hear it. I really don't. But I am not someone who normally goes to a festival that I'm not invited to because of financial circumstances. I do rely on the festival buying my plane ticket and getting my hotel room. But not gonna lie, like the investment that we had to make for Chantilly that first year when nobody knew who the fuck I was, when I didn't even know I was a filmmaker yet, the film cost $4,500, and I think traveling and hotels and food going to these different countries was $10,000, you guys. Because my husband insisted that I go experience and celebrate where my film was going. And I think he just wanted me to understand what this whole film festival thing was, because like I told you guys, I had no clue what it was. And if I hadn't gone, I wouldn't have met Annick. My first time, and to date, possibly one of my only times that I went to an event uninvited with no badge or no goals or no anything, no knowledge, was Hong Kong Film Mart.
No,
and that
it was that cocktail party back in 2010.
No, but that was, you guys, like at that time it wasn't really
Joking.
Yeah, that was not like a festival yet. I mean, they are now a well-known festival, but at that time it wasn't. It's not like comparable. We went to Hong Kong Film Mart, and that's in Hong Kong, so it wasn't so far for me, but still not easy to get to. And the hotel rooms are very expensive. We got a shoebox because Todd Brown, who had seen my film and who had submitted it to festivals, had said, hey, are you going to be at Hong Kong Film Art? Like, we should meet up. And I was just like, what the hell is the Hong Kong Film Art? I had no idea what it was. I was like, film art, like an exhibition, a gallery exhibition. I didn't know what a film market was, you guys. And I went there and I didn't know you needed a badge to go. And they're like, where's your badge? And I was like, I don't have a badge. What the fuck is a badge? They're like, go register. It was like $300 or some shit. I can't remember. And Todd finagled me a badge from some company who had extra employee badges. So he like totally stole some like no-show employee badge from some company. I don't want to say the company's name because like it's a Thai company. And like we all look Thai, wow, whatever. And gave me the badge, and he walked me around the film market and introduced me to people and told them about Chantilly and how it was going to be playing at Fantastic Fest and how I was making this film. And it was just like, it was invaluable. I learned so much from how people meet, what people talk about, what people expect. Just that one, I can't remember how long it was, but like basically a week, right? Just that one instance at a film market, it like opens your eyes to like, there's a whole industry side, a whole sales and distribution and development side to film that's not sexy. It's not pretty. And when new filmmakers dream of being a filmmaker, they never focus on that side of film, the business side of film. And they want the red carpet. They want the invitation to Cannes. By the way, Cannes doesn't pay your plane ticket, by the way. That's one of the 8 festivals that will not pay your plane ticket. So yeah, you still got to go from Israel to Cannes. And it kind of, I was really happy for that experience because then I knew after Gently, I'm going to make another film. And now I feel a little more like aware of what goes on behind the scenes of how films get sold, get developed, and get pitched. And by the time I hit Fantastic Fest, I was lost. Yes, I was lost. I didn't know how to talk to other filmmakers. I didn't understand what they were saying. But whenever anybody asked me what I was working on next, because of my experience hanging out with Todd and Nate from XYZ and James at Hong Kong Film Art, I knew how to answer it. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm working on next. This is my next film. Are you in? And that was it.
มึงเป็นไผเขามาเพื่อนกูยังบ้าไหมมึงอยากกินข้าวกูบ่
ขอโทษอ้ายก็ขึ้นเคลื่อนพิษ
นี่ยังวะ
ย้อนแหละมึงต้องออกมาดอกอัดตัวดีๆนะแนวหน้าอยู่วะจะกลับมาอีกเด้อจับได้เถอะนะลากคอให้ตำรวจรถขึ้นมาอีกจับได้เถอะนะมีส่งให้ในบ้าน